Hi friends, I am Erin. I am our seminary intern at St. Luke's. And today's my day to give a little daily update with y'all. I am currently in North Carolina, which is where my parents live. I'm at their house. I'm a student at Columbia Seminary in Decatur, and we're online for the rest of the semester. And since we're online at St. Luke's as well, I was able to come here to shelter in place and social distance with my parents, which is a neat opportunity that was kind of unexpected. But we're grateful for in the midst of all of this. Today we had our staff meeting on Zoom, and as we were checking in with one another, Shannon made what I thought was the wise analogy of comparing our present moment to surfing. She said it kind of feels like we're surfing, which should be fun, except we're not surfing. And I realized that I had a unique opportunity to bring you guys along with me to surf today. So I am down by the water. I have my surfboard in the water and my feet resting on it, and thought that we could surf through this little daily update today. I do not have much experience surfing in the ocean, but I have learned to wake surf and spend quite a bit of time doing that when I am visiting my parents and the weather is a little bit nicer. And I think some of the interesting things about surfing are that it really does involve a balance of excitement and fun and joy and peace, and also a bit of fear and uncertainty and unpredictability. You don't know what's going to happen with the next wave. You don't know how big the next wave is going to be. But when you catch it, there's fun and there's joy, and there's a sense of peace and only being moved by the power of water. But there's also a fear of falling, and a fear of getting hurt. And it holds all of these things in tension, much like I think many of us are doing right now. We're all feeling the weight of this moment, the weight of the world around us and the pain and the hurt. But we're also enjoying some of the opportunities that this reality is providing us. We are joyful for time spent with family, for connecting in new ways. We're finding peace in maybe a slower schedule. And we're balancing all of those things, much like with surfing. So I thought I would stay down here today with my feet in the water, surfing, as I read to you one of my favorite childhood books. So this is Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair, and when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running, and I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray guitar kit in his cereal box, and Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box, but I only found breakfast cereal in my breakfast cereal box. I think I'll move to Australia. In the carpool, Mrs. Gibson let Becky have a seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window too, and I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smushed. I said if I didn't get a seat by the window, I'm going to be car sick. No one even answered. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of a sailboat better than my picture of an invisible castle. At singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend and that Albert Mayo was his next best friend, and I was only his third best friend. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream part falls off the cone part and lands in Australia. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll that had a little coconut sprinkle on top. Guess whose mother forgot to put in dessert? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That's what it was, because after school, my mom took us all to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I said, I'm going to Australia. On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot, and while we were waiting for my mom to get out of the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy, and I started crying because of the mud. And Nick said I was a crybaby. And while I was punching Nick for saying crybaby, my mom came back with the car and scolded me for being muddy and fighting. I'm having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day, I told everybody. No one even answered. So then we went to the shoe store to buy some sneakers. Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes, Nick chose red ones with white stripes, and I chose blue ones with red stripes. But the shoe man said we're all sold out. They made me buy plain old white ones. They can't make me wear them, though. Then we picked up my dad at his office. He said I couldn't play with the copying machine, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books at his desk. And I was careful as I could be, except for my elbow. He also said don't fool around with his phone, but I think I called Australia. My dad said please don't pick him up anymore. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. There were lima beans for dinner, and I hate lima beans. There was kissing on TV, and I hate kissing. My bath was too hot, I got soap in my eyes, my marble went down the drain, and I had to wear my railroad train pajamas. I hate my railroad train pajamas. When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse nightlight burnt out, and I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not with me. It has been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says some days are like that, even in Australia. Friends, as we surf together through the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad days and moments, and through the joy and peace and rest and connectivity that is coming also in days and moments. I'm grateful that we have one another. I'm grateful for the ways that we are connecting as a St. Luke's family. I'm grateful for the ways that we're remembering that God is with us through the midst of it all. God is loving us, God is holding us, and God is caring for us as we surf through these new waves together, friends. I know I am appreciative of the ways that we are seeing you all connect, and I think the entire church probably echoes that. And so we want to keep seeing those things as you do new things as a family, as you wave to a neighbor or bake something new. Make sure that you're posting those and letting us know what you're doing. You can use the hashtag St. Luke's Connected on Facebook and on Instagram and on all other platforms of social media so that we can see what you're getting up to and share those joys and also those harder moments with one another. Friends, I am grateful for each of y'all to have as surfing partners in this time and as family. So as we continue to surf, remember that you are loved and that we are grateful for the ways that we're all staying connected. Peace, y'all.